Oh, crap. Thank you. Did not see you come in and did not realize I was on mute. Thank you very much. How embarrassing for me. Anyways, how are you doing? How long has it been? Damn, 26 minutes. 26 minutes I've been on mute. I'm doing okay. I'm winding on a Sunday night before I have to go to work tomorrow. Or before, the whole week starts. Should be quite a doozy. That's good to hear. Doing any good reading lately? Wait, what are you smoking? Because that's. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You got that farting midget cyclops shit going. You enjoy that. Made it just for you. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Missing them all. Car wash money laundered. Fantastic. Alright, we'll leave the van there. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty lazy, boring Sunday. No plans for Mother's Day, if you don't mind me asking. For some people, that might be a sensitive subject. If I remember correctly, you're in Florida and you're staying with your aunt. If I remember correctly. Oh, I have a stop talking. Where are my dealers? Oh, look at the little child. It's walking by high as fuck. All right. That's nice. Do I need to launder money still? What am I looking for? Yes, I need to launder money. Let's fill up the van. Wait a minute. No, we need ingredients. That's what we need. Damn it, I just drove away from there. Cook nice food, huh? What'd you cook? Because we had hot dogs, we had barbacoa. Oh man, I love chicken Alfredo. Or I love Alfredo sauce in general. Although Alfredo sauce does not love me. Downside to being lactose intolerant. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting that the ability to process dairy is a evolutionary anomaly. We're not supposed to be allowed to process dairy. In fact, most mammals can't process dairy after they've been or after their initial rearing phase. And yet, here we are as humans saying, "Fuck that! Let's keep eating as much dairy as we can." We weren't made to process it, but fuck nature. We're gonna make nature bow down to us. Like if that doesn't say leagues for how much how cocky humanity is. Yeah, we're still gonna eat it. It's still delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Like I still love a cheeseburger. I still love chicken Alfredo. I'm still gonna eat it, but I'm still gonna acknowledge the fact that I really should not be. Yeah, that's why we have so much medicine to like counteract our inability to process dairy. As ridiculous as that is. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not even like a super big fan of cheese. There's like very few cheese that I will eat. Like I don't care for any of the fancy cheese. I can't stand blue cheese. It just makes me want to throw up every time I smell it. I'm just fine with like cheddar, American cheese, and pepper jack. That's all I need. Everything else is just unnecessary. All right, let's order some more. Should have ordered that before I went to sleep, but wasn't thinking. Should have plenty of weed to pack up or to sell, though. Larry, because you should have been busy. All right, that's good enough. Jane and Benji, both of you guys can be topped off. Very true. Oh, passed by Benji's. I mean, just imagine if we could take care of our all of our own ailments, like without the what's what I'm looking for. You know, without pharmaceutical companies and without insurance companies getting in the way. Like if we could just, I know it's kind of like anti-regulationary um, speech, but you know, sometimes there's just simple things that people can do to within their community to work towards having a healthier life without having to rely on the larger state or even corporate private interest. Just relying on a community. Yeah, without going against nature, and that's a lot of the and a lot of the effort goes against work or it goes against living with nature. You can see a lot with like indigenous culture. That's like one of the main themes you'll see is living within nature, and then you have like colonialism coming outside and coming from the outside, like looking for like the way to make as much money as possible, taking away from the like indigenous resources, keeping the people from living a productive, positive life, like in replacing that with whatever's in the best corporate interest of the occupying nation. Yeah, I feel like I'm just ranting. Sorry, sorry, I don't mean to lay things on you. I've been thinking about a lot lately. Hey, Greg. So I don't have anything for you, bud. You still got some work to do, so let's make sure you're paid up for another day. That is very true. That's amazing because they actually have like a social health programs that actually look for or look after their citizens. You know, and it makes sense. Like even in like any capitalist society, it makes sense to look after your citizens to make sure that they're even healthy enough to work. And that's something that China seemed to figure out. But we have America that's still like we have companies that are like all for the betterment of their CEO, and and then I count myself lucky because I have a company that I work for a company that actually like looks after seems to look after its employees. They give us pretty good health benefits and what's the word? Yeah, they it benefits us when the company does better. or at least that's a model that they try to put forward. Yeah, and drinking refrigerated water, that's like it doesn't even make sense to really drink like cold water. It's actually worse for your muscles in most cases. But yeah, like most of them will drink tea, which is the healthier option. Or, I mean, that's my 2 cents, but there are plenty of studies that also agree. Three more shells. Do any of these guys have any money in their briefcases? Because I don't want to. I don't want them to start working yet. Nope. Brian. Nope. 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 Okay. Start handing these out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Dang, Salvador, when are you gonna let me buy from you in person, dude? Not yet, apparently. Yeah, I'll pay you right now. Finally. Now let's meet in person. Oh, yeah. Energy drinks, like, I'll still drink them too. Even knowing how bad they are for me, I'll still drink them. I don't know whether it's the taste or the knowing that it's like partially poison. Like I even know that caffeine doesn't even affect me in the way that most people, or that it affects most people. Like I drink a Red Bull and like a little bit, maybe I might get a little boost of energy, but then almost immediately I'll feel a crash. I drink it more for the flavor, to be honest. North end, under the overpass. Okay. 60, 70. No, just gotta buy 50. That's all I can fit. Crash. Yep, I can't help it. Most of us can't. It's kind of like our generation's version of a cigarette, maybe. And then to be addicted to nicotine on top of that. Ah, damn, they built us to be a culture of addicts. Alcohol, weed, nicotine, prescription drugs, dopamine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I picked it up when we went to Hawaii, and then I added my own flair to it. Well, it's a good thing you don't smoke. It's addictive no matter like which route you're going. You are not a customer. Started a workout. That's good. Yeah, it's a good idea to get used to one while you're still young. Make it a normal part of your routine because the older you get, the harder it becomes to establish a routine. Especially when you fall victim to like certain vices. Oh yeah, you started getting a six pack then? I've got empty shelves. But a lot to drop off. I know what that's like. Well, just keep to it. I know it's easy to say, but like as if you stick to it, you will see results and you will feel better about it. I mean, also expect that at a certain point there will be a plateau, both like emotionally and physically. But always keep that in mind, like as you work towards a goal. I shouldn't be one to talk because I'm in terrible shape myself, but I'm also starting to take some steps to better my health. Oh yeah, that's an even better reason to like get your diet in check. Yeah, no, you definitely have a point because you will end up paying more for it in the future. right, let's see what my dealers are doing. He's got some money and inventory. He's got lots of money in inventory. All right, they're all set up. I'll leave them alone for a bit. I'll let them finish selling their what they've got, and then by then I'll have another stack set up for them. Oh no, I'll let my guy do it. You get to work. I pay you for a reason, Larry. Yeah, I know what you mean, and I wish I could help, and I wish I give you some work, but I don't need anything, and um, I really can't afford to right now. Oh, 4 hours away. I wish this would tell me what the money laundering was at, but it doesn't. Trying to figure out what to do next. 3 hours for that. You know what? I think I'm all ready for the farm to start operations. Hey, feel don't feel weird about like telling me about or like unloading anything. Like I don't mind being an ear to listen, but you know, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much within my own power. But that doesn't mean that I can't be a sympathetic ear. Hmm. I shouldn't start this batch. Not until I clear those shelves. But I can at least set the destinations. There we go. That's what I'll do. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I get what you're saying. In any case, I do hope that things work out for you. I wish I had more of an audience for you to advertise your skill set to, or I wish that I had more need for your work. But that's the situation we have, and I just wish you the best either way. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You freaky alien genotypes. Oh, how nice. You zapped me. Now what? Oh, they're shooting now. I didn't buy a gun yet. Oh, ooh, he got me good. Nope, I'm not gonna risk it. I don't have a gun yet. I mean, I could get one. They're still open. Oh, I gotta wait for my wanted level to drop first. Then I can go in. Let me in. Thank you. Now let's get some ammo. Oh yeah, I know. I tried the revolver. It's quite garbage. Let's take care of some pigs. I'm a terrible shot, but at least I got him. Oh, I can summon them. No? Or are they all dead? Hello? No one? Okay, well. Well, I guess they didn't want to. Yeah. I mean, yes and no. You don't get crosshairs in real life. So, I mean, there's that argument. Shot collar. All right, Benji, you got money for me. Thank you. What? What the shit are you doing? You're like one of my top dealers. Why are you turning on me, man? Is it because I shot the cop? You know, there's rumor that Benji is an undercover cop. So that's entirely possible. That he saw me shooting a cop and he's like, all right, now I got to turn on you. I better get out of here before the cops come. I feel bad shooting my number one dealer, but oh, I'm not just some indiscriminate killer. I only kill people when they look at me funny. Or when they turn on me and decide that, like, killing cops is a bad thing. Oh, hi. No. Bad cop. You come here. Now kiss. Or spoon. Whichever. Lovely. that is a rather touching sight. Even through all of this horror of being a federal pig dog, they find love, and that in itself is beautiful. Oh, you're gonna have to be more specific on which Trump act. There's plenty I can say about Trump and the many things he has done. Many of his executive orders. That for some reason, when any other president did was like, oh, the worst thing possible, like you can't do executive orders when you're the president because then that means you're a terrible leader and you can't negotiate and you can't talk to people because you're a terrible person. And then here he is. Oh, are you referring to his the negotiations towards ending the Ukraine war, or the negotiations that the administration's taken with Hamas, um, and going over the head of the Israeli state? Because I love both of them. I'm not sure like how real he's being on either one of them, or yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much he's actually planning to follow through with, or whether, oh, that one, India and Pakistan. All right, well, that's the one I'm least familiar with, to be honest. So I really shouldn't say too much about it. I will say that one of my best friends is, he's Indian Pakistani and a practicing Muslim. So I am very curious to find out his take on everything. His heritage is Indian Pakistani. His dad emigrated from India to Pakistan, I believe. I'm not sure the specifics, but yeah, I do know he has family in both India and Pakistan and Dubai, and like throughout the Middle East. No, you know what? I'm actually not 100% clear on what what his background is. because I know, or I don't know, but um, I feel this is like kind of diluted and um, kind of like hard to kind of kind of that gray area on like nationality and heritage, and that like you'll find similarly with Hawaiian heritage, because there's no real nationality, because Hawaiian sovereignty was lost to the U.S. state. So you can't really claim that like being Hawaiian is a nationality, but even though it was at one point its own like sovereign kingdom. Um, I I don't think there's anything wrong with being Muslim. Um, as much as there is wrong in any other kind of organized religion, I think there's like the pros and cons. There's positives you can take from the Quran, and then there's things you can take negatively. Um, one of the biggest being the sword verse. That's one that like people who are like anti-Muslim like to use um, as like evidence of Islam being a very violent religion, when in reality it's like no more violent than Christianity. Um, but like the sword verse in particular, like that's the one that other people like to say is like, oh, this is proof that all Islam is violent, and that it's the one that says like anybody who is not Islamic, you must kill, or that's the way that people try to interpret it. But that's it's all like anything else, like any other religion or any other religious text, like it's all contextual. You have to read everything else that goes around it. Like that verse in particular talks about how, or like before that verse, it talks about how um, people of other religions, like people of the Islamic faith, will give respect and will allow to live their life and like practice their religion, like living under an Islamic state. They would be okay with other people practicing their own religions, even though like the state in particular would be like governed under like Islamic principles. Um, that being said, what people argue and what they interpret with that verse is that there's a part in it that says like if you turn against the Islamic State, then you will be uh, killed. And like the way that's interpreted is that like, oh, if you're not gonna follow the way of Islam, then you're uh, gonna be killed for that. When like the surrounding verses state that like no, it's not you turning against the Islamic State, it's you like actively trying to like the dismantle Islam. Like if you're living in an Islamic country, and you try to undermine the Islamic State, and you try to like disassemble it, and you try to like enforce your own religious dogma, or um, try to actively work against like what Islam is teaching, then that will be cause for them to like push you out of of um of the land, of the country, basically. And it's not and it's not immediately like they sentence you to death. Like they tell you, or like part of the law is that like they tell you you need to leave, but if you stay and you try to like continuously like fight against what they're trying to work towards, then like yeah, they consider it kind of tantamount to like I guess what we would call treason in the United States. Like it's basically just working against towards what the state would consider is the greater good, basically. But yeah, it's that's my opinion of the Islamic State in a nutshell. Yeah, I have never had negative interactions with an Islamic person. I try to. I mean, it's good to be well rounded and to understand like other people's perspectives and viewpoints. I mean, I'm always looking to expand that. Um, I'm not always very good at it, but I think it's important. And I think if more people did that, maybe we'd have less misunderstandings and less issues with one another. Like it's not what current Republicans say, that like empathy is a sin and we must not let ourselves be distracted by empathy. It's like I think empathy is one of those evolutionary traits that we've developed as as a species to you know survive. And that's something that a lot of indigenous cultures believed in, and that's why like you'll see like a lot of indigenous cultures try to like keep their ways of life because they see that it works, but it's like counteractive to like the way that um capitalism works. And unfortunately capitalism is the one with the money, and money is power. And I'm ranting again. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad you can be a part of something like that too. Like it's good to experience different cultures and not just keep yourself holding to I'm trying to make a point. She walks by and farts. No, that's good. That's good. I was just reading something on like when you go to travel to places, and or when you meet different people, it's good to experience their side of life, and eat their food, and it develops a higher level of understanding and a higher level of empathy. Hmm. Molly's out, Jane is out, Brad's still got some, Andy's got money. All right, we can pick up. Car just ghosted. Yeah, but I do have a tendency to, when I rant, just like go off on a tangent and stop making sense. It's one of the downsides to getting old, I guess. I'm gonna be terrible when I'm like 60 years old or 70, like my, or if I ever make it to 80, like my grandpa. Like he rambles on, but back when he was my age, at least he made sense. Well, according to my 15-year-old brain, at least he made sense. Don't say that, because it's probably just me, like, being full of being a really good BSer. Like that's one of the things I developed throughout my life, is being really good at bullshitting, especially when it comes to ranting. But I will say, at the heart, my intentions are good. That much I can say, and I can be confident in saying. All of that being said, though, it's late, and I've got to get up early in the morning. It was great talking to you. I hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you have a good week. Good night.